I want to fail fast. That's what success looks like. Fail fast.
Say that again. Fail fast.
I want to fail fast. And the faster you fail, the faster you reach success, because now you know what does not work. So I know not to try this again, so let me try something else. So many people want to avoid the work, but they want the result. If anybody wants to be successful, you can't avoid the work. One mentor, we spent $55,000 because we kept going for the upsell. Long story short, it wasn't what they promised us. It turned out to be somewhat of a scam. It was a scam. The FBI got involved. But at that point, we out $55,000. And you gotta ask yourself, who are you made of? Like, who are you truly made of? For us, it's like, man, I'm not a quitter. Like I said, I'm gonna do real estate. The one thing I appreciate about flipping houses is it gave us a tool, or gave us a skill that I could use for the rest of my life. It taught me how to raise money. So many people are focusing on the terms as opposed to getting in the game. The only way you get better at the game is being in the game and constantly playing the game.
All right, so welcome back to another episode of Flippin' SoFlo. These, honestly, are two of my favorite guests. I mean, it's one guest, but it's two of them because they're twin brothers. But Jeremy and Josh Mathis, appreciate you guys coming out.
Man, thank you for having us. We're honored to be here. I'm very honored to grace your presence.
Oh, my God.
Always honored to grace the presence of the man.
Honor's all mine. The honor's all mine, bro. I appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you for having us, brother. Thank you.
This is going to be just heads up. This is going to be hilarious, first and foremost. High energy, okay? And there's going to be a lot of nuggets just across the board because we all got started basically at the same time. Mm-hmm. I think you guys got started what year?
2016.
Okay, so a year before me. So back when the market was a normal marketplace, you know, in comparison to post-COVID.
It's a great market.
Yeah, a great market. Back when fix and flips used to sit on the market for 30 days and nobody freaked out. You know? Right. And now it's like, oh, where's my 10 offers above ask and no appraisal contingency? Mm-hmm. Dude, I always say, like, real estate was pre-COVID and post-COVID, especially with, like, wholesaling. Yeah. It's like before Christ and after Christ. Because if you were there before, you remember, you're like, damn. Things just used to work differently. You used to physically have to drive for dollars. Remember that? Yeah. There's no little cute apps, right? Deal machine and all that shit. And now these kids nowadays, dude, they have everything at the flip of a button. Yeah. I'm telling you, right?
Agreed.
Young Thundercats today. It's just
it's a different market, but that just shows you the evolution of life. Like, things change. Nothing is ever constant. So you got to grow. You got to evolve. And we've seen that over the last 8 for us, 9 years for you, 8 years of just things changing. So
yeah. And Miami is I mean, we're all from Miami. Miami's no picnic today. Yeah, 305 in the house and all 3 seats, but Miami's no picnic, dude. Yeah. Like to be doing any business. For sure. Would you agree?
No, for sure. No, agree 100%. And then I wouldn't say Miami, bro, because where we from, it's not Miami. When you think Miami, you think over the
little different.
You think over the bridge, you think Brickell, but you from not Miami.
No, Westchester. No, it's a little different.
That's not Miami
fucking
at all. But like you said, Miami is not for the weak though. And I'm so grateful, looking at everything from a lens of gratitude. So grateful that we have got to experience business down here because fortunately for Josh and I, we've done business in other states, and you just like, this is a cakewalk compared to back home. Like. Yeah. So just very grateful for that.
No Hialeah specials in those markets. Mm-hmm. There's no reoccupancy. When you talk to people about reoccupancy, they're like, what? The county comes out and does what? I'm like, yes, they have to verify that the bed and bath count is different. Well, why would anybody change it? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. It's just Miami. You know?
It's just, and then also too here, like 1 in 3 deals has a title issue. It's just hands down. 1 in 2, 1 in 3 has title issues. Easy. Other places you go, we do a bunch of deals in North Carolina, Ohio, Alabama. You get a deal on the contract, 9 times out of 10 it closes. Here in South Florida, you get a deal on the contract, you praying, Lord, please let this close.
Lord, no title issues. Reverse flipping was born. Right. This is a hairy deal, like just market. Yeah, it just is what it is. Yep. And I think it's because, well, immigrants. I'll take the first one on that one. Like it's just a shit show, but also it's just it. There's so many different clashes of demographics and times and people and, you know, borderline, like everything is just so different in Miami. It's so dynamic. Like Miami Gardens is so different from Coral Gables, right? But it's just different. You know what I mean? So you guys come from, I mean, you're from Miami Gardens.
Carol City.
Now
known as Miami Gardens.
Legacy Carol City, where there's a couple famous people from Carol City.
Yes.
Rick Ross being the most notable.
Yeah, Rick Ross, Flo Rida. You got a couple people.
And
the Mathis ones as well.
And the Mathis ones, that's it. So you guys are, who's the older one?
Jeremy.
Yeah, there you go.
Bro, we twins, bro. We twins, bro.
They come out first, though. You know what I'm saying?
We're twins, bro.
Yeah. What was it, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
3.
3 minutes.
That's my little brother right there, man.
That's your little brother, bro. This
Ask
guy
him
was
what-
out there, bro.
Ask him when his birthday is.
It's the same day. Yeah, different time. Different time. No, these guys, dude, you guys are so crazy. You finish each other's sentences most times. When you laugh, you dap him up and you blow him up too, which I love, dude. It's like the energy is just, it's always there.
For us, man, I think like we're grateful to not only be brothers but also business partners, and like we hear so many business partnerships go left. And for us, we don't have those issues, especially now that we're more mature in business. When we first started, I used to be, about to beat up little brother. I used to be about to beat him up. But now, like, we've both grown, and it's like a great opportunity for both of us to be able to work together and just like really do what we do together. Because not only can we show our family, what it looks like, but we also show other people like you can make this work, working with family. Because most people say, well, family business doesn't work, and I'm here to challenge that. It does work. You have to have 2 willing individuals who have the same vision, same mission, same drive, going after the same thing, and that's what works for us.
It is rare, though. You
Yeah.
have to admit, because I mean, I've been in a number of partnerships without relatives. I've also done deals with my mom. That's an interesting dynamic. It's like mother, son. The mom's always right, but hey.
How was that working with your mom?
It's interesting. I mean, I love it. She's a driver, that's for sure. She moves.
Wait, you saying somebody a driver?
Yeah, she's a driver. I mean, I get it from somewhere, you know what I mean? But she's a driver, single mom, immigrant, definitely always worked her ass off.
Yeah.
The challenging thing is, obviously, we come from different generations. I grew up here, so I'm more like SOPs and tech and let's leverage other people's time. And she's like, no, we can save the money on the notary. I'm like, you're kidding me. I'm like, I'm not driving to the thing.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'll take him to FedEx. I'm like, oh my God, we're banking 80 grand on this flip. She's like, yeah, so every dollar counts. I'm like, so it's kind of that mentality.
Yeah.
But she's come along a lot, but we really don't do flips anymore. She does her own thing. I fed her deals through wholesaling for forever. She would just buy them, and I never really gave mom discounts. That was challenging. But it was a good conversation to have, because I had partners at the time, and I was like, hey, I can't give you preferential treatment. I would love to, but and she's like, no, if it makes sense, it makes sense. So it is challenging to slam $100,000 assignment fee on your mother.
Yeah.
That's,
but mom still make money though. So.
Mom still makes money, but the HUD, and she's like, "Oh wow, it's a good one for you." Huh? I was like, oh, well,
what that conversation like at dinner?
just like that. She's like, "Oh no, it's nice, It's your mom only, I'm like, yeah, well, she's playing with me, but she'll do well on the back end. I'm like, hey, look, you see, it went well for you too.
Yeah.
So how did you learn how to, not necessarily in the best way that I can put this, how did you learn how to put yourself in the business first above, even though this is my mom? Because I think a lot of people, which was one of our struggles for the longest, we would put other people before ourselves and put ourselves behind, and that never worked. It worked out sometimes, but it was always like, dang. So how did you learn how to do that?
I'll be honest with you, man. I've always been a selfish person. That's the most honest answer I can give you. I would do anything for my mom. I mean, I literally bought her a house when I was 30. I would go above and beyond for my mother, but I've always been a certain level of selfish to be able to be selfless. So I don't know. I just having clear-cut conversations up front. I think communication is key, and I did have partners. So I would always balance it out by asking, Anthony, my partner at that time, I would just be like, hey, are you cool with this? This is what we got. And I would always just disclose all the offers and stuff like that. There was always that level of trust anyway. But that's the best answer I got.
So set clear expectations.
Yeah.
2 things from what you said. You said you're selfish, and then you bought your mom a house. Question number 1.
Yeah.
Do you think it's required? I think I know your answer, but do you think it's required to be selfish if you want to achieve some level of success?
It depends on what level you want to get to, but absolutely. Yeah. Any level of notable success, and I would say like where everyone would generally look at you and be like, that dude is balling to whatever level. Yes. There's no way. Because, and when I say selfish, I mean like with friendships, relationships, family gatherings, right? Birthdays, a Valentine's Day, anniversary, whatever it is, like you do have to be selfish in that regard, because business is an undefeated enemy. It cares none about your feelings. Cares none about your schedule. Doesn't care about your kid's birthday. You know, none of that stuff. And that's an extreme, but it doesn't care how you feel. Doesn't care how much money's in the bank. It doesn't care how hard you're working versus the next guy, right? So I think that being selfish like that, yeah, it's no doubt about it. I've never seen it done anyway.
I ask because I think so many people allow their feelings to dictate their moves that they make. And like I think and that's one thing that we had to learn. We were so giving of our time, so giving of our resources, and we always put ourselves, I don't want to say last, but that's the easiest way to put it. And then we start seeing the result of that. So I think for anyone that's listening, guys, you got to be selfish. Yeah. Second thing you said was you bought your mom a house. Yeah. That's something we have not done yet. How was that, bro?
I mean, I cried like a little girl. I shit my pants. I thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to be like a normal, like, oh, this is no big deal, you know? It was a surreal moment. It's still surreal I bought our house 4 years ago, so 2021. So I couldn't have timed that better because it has over $1 million in equity now. Yeah. Yay. But yeah, every time I go to their house now, because they live like 20 seconds from my house, every time I show up to that house, I get like this little feeling of like butterflies. This is my mom and my grandma. It's in Boca. It's beautiful. Just it was the first, like, you know, you have other accolades. Yeah. You're like a Rolex or like a stupid car or whatever. Like those are cool, or whatever it is that you like, but that is a big check mark. Nothing else would ever compare to, you know, that feeling of just, I felt it was very gratifying for me it was like validating of, damn, 4.5 years of hard work. Like, you can actually do some crazy shit like this. You know, because you always hear, like, the football player or something like, I bought my mom a house. And it's like, damn, that's dope. But, you know, single mom, single grandma. So for me, it was, man, hugely gratifying. It was a huge sense of security, too, because there was never, like, a man. So they always, what I saw growing up was, like, whatever they had was kind of always taken from them. So this was something that I could give them and be like, here's a deed that nobody can take. Like, nobody's coming to take this, you know? So for me, it was like a big weight off my shoulders as a son, you know, to just be like, all right, checkbox, let's keep it moving. But that was a big mental, like, you know, filing cabinet, like, all right, good. Step one, we're good.
That's dope.
Tip, guys, get you friends that do dope stuff. I don't want to cuss.
No,
get you some friends that do dope stuff that's really inspiring. That's super inspiring.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was right around I timed it right around my birthday, actually. It was, I think we closed March of 2021. And the market, that I didn't plan, but the market couldn't have been better. I paid $500,000 for a house in Boca. So, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the interest rate was low, too.
Oh, yeah. It was like, I think it's like a 2.8 or something. But I put down a nice down and, you know, gave her the money to renovate it, too. And, yeah, it's a 4.2 with a pool. It's a dope crib.
That's dope, man.
It's nice, man. It's the best deal I've ever done. I'll tell you that. Out of like 800 and change, there's no deal that'll ever. It's your mom. Yeah. You know what's better than that? You know, then my grandma's telling people, you know, like, well, you know, he bought me a house. I was like, yeah, you know, it's cool, but it's really nice.
Yeah. Does your family, like, I mean, your mom know, but everyone else in your family, do they understand what you do?
Probably not. They think I just talk on a camera all day, probably. Yeah, I mean, they all know. My family's small, man. So it's my brother, my grandma, my mother, and myself. Like, we don't really have aunts, uncles, and stuff like that. Wow. You know, Cuba, a lot of them stayed behind and stuff like that. But yeah, like, I never had a dad, so for me, the family's super small. But the extended family, yeah, sure, they know I'm in real estate. Yeah. You know, I don't really. I mean, whatever they see, that kind of stuff. But yeah.
So we grew up without a dad too, because my dad was in prison. Question for you: like, what challenges did that present for you not growing up without a dad?
Yeah, I was about to ask you the same thing. So this is my podcast, by the way. Yeah, let me ask the questions.
Ask, bro. It's
a great question.
Ask, bro.
Look, I'll tell you. I don't think I realized the challenges that it presented till I was much older. And what I mean by that is, like, when you start understanding like abandonment issues, what that really is, when you catch yourself as a young man, let's say, especially in the business world, looking for maybe validation from another, you know, older male figure, maybe like a mentor or something. I myself put myself in situations that I probably shouldn't have been in, where I trusted the wrong people because I found that validation through them, so it was kind of like a fatherly figure. Yeah. They ended up fucking me, or they ended up just not being what I thought. I was blinded. to like the signs that any normal person would have seen. But I was like, oh, you know, you have that void. So it is a void. I've made my peace with it. Like, I'm good with it now. I think, you know, I get the chance to be a father. So, you know, that's a redo. Right? You guys are both dads. So I kind of just look at it that way. But yeah, make no mistake about it. And I want to hear your opinion. Growing up without a dad for a male, it's not good. You know, it can cause a lot of issues.
Agreed.
A lot of misbehavior and shit. I definitely acted out a lot. That's for sure. What about you guys?
So for us, a lot of what you said, but like I tell people, one of the greatest blessings that my dad gave me was showing me the man I don't want to be.
Yeah, wow.
And it's just like nothing against him. Like, I'm building a relationship with my dad, but when I say the man I don't want to be, is he put himself in a situation to be away from his family. And I know the damage that it did to his family. Obviously, I'm his son. I know the damage that it did to his family with him not being there. So now for me, I would never put myself in a situation to be away from my family. So if you're doing something wrong and you want me a part of it, I'm the snitch. I'm telling you. It was him. Willie Numbers. He had on the reverse of the
It was that dude.
It was that dude.
At this time,
yeah.
and I got the phone to prove it.
I'm telling you right now, guys, I am a snitch. If you do something wrong, don't involve me.
That's good though, because you know your priorities.
Yeah, man. It's just, again, because I know I know the issues that it created for me with not having my dad around. You know what I'm saying?
Well, did he go away before you were born or after you were born?
From we was 6 until 22, he was in prison. So right, the core time that you really need a dad.
No shit.
Right, so from 6 to 22, he was in prison.
What did he do, if you don't mind me asking?
Selling drugs.
No shit.
Big time dope boy. Big time dope boy. Yeah.
It's a dope boy. Miami Garden
It's Miami,
special,
bro.
man.
It's Miami, bro.
Hey, bro, listen. My grandfather was the same way, brother. He got shot 6 times. He's paraplegic. I don't talk to him, but yeah, he got shot up in the 80s.
Oh wow.
He killed 2 of the guys too, but he's an animal. But yeah, we don't talk. Yeah.
So for me, that was number one for me, like just showing me the man I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? A part of the trauma that it created, and gratefully for both of us, we've been in therapy, and I've dealt with all the trauma that created for me. What about you?
Josh kind of touched on it, the man I don't want to be. Because when I look back on it, you know, I vividly remember step by step from getting out of the car to walking into the correctional facility, taking your clothes off, and I vividly remember every single thing because we had to do it all the time. My mom was a great mom, and she made sure that we went to go see my dad, even though she didn't have to do that.
Great move on her.
They wasn't even together.
Yeah.
She still made us go see him. So for me, I told myself that I would never do that to my kids, where they have to give up their Saturday to go see their dad in prison. And also for me, it created a lot of anger issues. Right? I had a lot of anger. I was just angry at the world.
Angry shorty for no reason.
For no reason.
Like, well, he's kind of got a reason, but just a little.
Like, why you mad today, Turn? I don't know. But just like Josh said, for us, we did a lot of the work. As you know, if you want to accomplish anything, you got to do the work. So for us, we both went to therapy, start figuring things out, start understanding what was my issue and what was wrong. And now, like Josh said, fortunately for us, we still have the opportunity and the chance to build a relationship with my dad. So we both are working on it in our own ways.
That's good, man, because I'll tell you, mine passed away when I was 15, so there's no more, there's no do-over on that one. I look at it like a catch-22. I'm like, look, it's a really good thing, because I don't know that I would ever want to bring him around my world now. The best thing, you kind of touched on it, the best thing that he ever gave me was a nice chip on my shoulder on watch this, because of the things he said to my mother. And I remember that, when they broke up, or they got divorced, but he basically talked down to the kids, and like, this is what you're gonna raise, and I'm not gonna say it, but like, you're gonna raise this, and that, and they'll never amount to anything. So I don't know, I think certain people take those things and it makes them or breaks them. For me, it was definitely a make. And at a very young age, I was like, watch this motherfucker. But at the same token, I'll tell you, as I get older, I do wish that there was the opportunity to revisit that relationship from a different perspective. Like, you guys have that chance, so I can't speak for you, but I would say, take that as much as you want.
Oh, definitely. Like, now I set a goal. I want to talk to because before when he got out of prison, we didn't talk for years, right, for a number of reasons. And now, as we gotten older, I personally try to talk to him at least twice a month. He doesn't live down here, so I try to call him twice a month.
Where's he at?
He's in Georgia. He moved to Georgia with his wife. And then even so,
probably good to get the fuck out of here to get me out of Miami.
Right? And then too, We also sent him some books. We sent him like 12 books, personal development books.
Oh, okay.
And I spoke to him maybe like 2 weeks ago. So he started to read one of the books, and I'm just happy because like I would love the opportunity to work with our dad in some type of capacity, right? He's in Georgia. We do deals in Georgia. Maybe he could be boots on the ground. Maybe we can start flipping there.
Yeah.
And another thing with him not being there, and I tell people all the time, like, there's purpose behind your pain. And I think him going to jail was for a purpose, because if he was out, like, I don't think we would be even on the show today talking to you, because we'll be spoiled brats, getting whatever we want. But him not being there gave us that drive, gave us that push that we needed, so that we can, you know, be able to accomplish things that we've already accomplished and that we're working towards.
Life's funny like that.
Yeah.
You know, the adversity sucks in the moment, but then it makes you a man.
Yeah.
You know?
So one thing I tell people, like, the dots never connect when you're looking forward, but they always connect when you're looking back. And when you look back and you're like, man, like, I'm glad, you know, he wasn't here for these reasons, right? If he was here, what type of man would I be today?
Oh, there's no way I'd be the man that I am if I would have had, you know, a dad that would have given me everything or whatever. I wear that like a badge of honor, because I have shit. So, you know, my mom did a great job, so did my grandma, but like working 3-4 jobs, like, you know, that, especially like being immigrants and all that. So that work ethic was instilled at a very young age. Yeah. But it's also like, I talked to my mom the other day at breakfast, and we hadn't talked about that for years. And she brought up a story where she's like, do you remember that? Like, do you remember what you did for me? And I got emotional, and I was like, you know, I hadn't thought about that in like 13 years. But I'll tell you, looking back, that was the first moment in my life where I realized that nobody was coming to help me as a man. And I needed to step up for you, for Mima, my grandma, because nobody else was there. You know, and not that my older brother's a great guy, but he was in his own world, you know, so there was nobody else. And they were just like calling everybody, and it was like, hey, here's the guy. And I was 20. So, you know, it's a young age to kind of take on that mantle. But I enjoy it, man. Like the provider role, that kind of thing. Like, that's all I've ever known. Yeah. And, you know, I never look around like, oh, who's going to help me? And, like, it served me really well in business, because, you know, in business, there's no hotline. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, wait a second, hold on a second. Let me just call my banker. He's going to be right here. Like, that shit's real. When you're out of business, it's a dog eat dog.
Wait, you get emotion?
Yeah. Every now and then, man. Every now and then. I tell him to shut the cameras off. I cry for a little bit. I do some push-ups, and then I come back. No, of course I get emotional. Listen, any man should be able to cry.
Of course,
I don't believe in that. Yeah. Now the question is, how long are you going to cry for, and can you move on? You know, that's where people get it wrong, in my opinion. People think like, oh, like Willie doesn't show. That's bullshit, dude. I show emotion all the time. I do it on my own terms, and then I keep moving.
Yep.
I think today, especially young men, it's too much bullshit, dude. Yeah. It's too much blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's hard. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Of course it's hard. Like, you set out to do something. You said you wanted to be the best. Yeah. That is fucking hard. Yeah. Because there's a lot of other people that said the same shit, and you don't know what that person's background is. You know, like, you guys have a lot of friends that went to the league, right? Mm-hmm. There's always somebody there that's running some yards, that's jumping some hurdles, that's moving around, that's not drinking, that's not partying, that's studying the plays. It's just like business, because business is an infinite game. Yep. There's always somebody out there that's hungrier than you because they're broke. Yep. And, you know, when you do make money, that's why I try to do my best to always stay hungry, because you do get comfortable sometimes, and I've been a victim of it as well. And, dude, there's that young Willie or that young Josh and Jeremy that doesn't have shit, that's willing to knock on that door, willing to cold call, whatever. And that's business, bro. Yeah. That's going to go to that person.
That's real. That's real, bro. And I've talked to so many people, and I think everyone kind of goes through it, right? Where you're young, you're hungry, you're hustling, you start making money, and then you get comfortable. You start coasting, and then you're like, oh, shit, I got to step it up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It happened to us, bro. For maybe a few years, we got comfortable.
For sure.
Not a few years.
Remember, you guys gained weight and everything. Nah, so did I. A lot of trouble mac and cheese, man. A lot of trouble mac and cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese. Me too. Steaks.
Me too. I was burning it up. I was like, ooh, you know, Louis Bossy and this and that and Eddie V's, bourbon and cognac.
For me, just going back to the point of gratitude, I'm so thankful that it happened for me relatively at a young age, like in my late 20s, where we got comfortable, because I was able to learn early what that looks like. Right, and what happens when you take your foot off the gas? Because I'm a firm believer now that once you take your foot off the gas, at that point you might as well start going backwards. And I've had to learn that personally, and I'm thankful I learned it when I'm relatively broke in the grand scheme of things. So I'm very, very, very grateful that I got that lesson early. Like,
that's an awesome way to do it. I think it's an awesome way to look at it. Yeah. All right, so let's go back to, I mean, you guys have been doing this for 9 years.
Yep.
You guys are real estate investors. I mean, you've done a lot of deals.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of deals. How many deals do you guys think you've done, more or less?
Well over 700.
Well
sure.
over 700.
Yeah.
See, that still beat them.
Wholesale, fix and flip, rentals, so it's a number of things.
Yeah, you guys have done a lot of it, like the gambit.
Some of everything.
Things.
Yeah.
We done everything. Yeah. Like y'all said, wholesale, fix and flip, buying rentals, raising. One thing that I'm very proud of, we raised over $35 million.
It's awesome.
Which for 2 kids from the hood, just for people to trust us with their money, who didn't really understand money and anything. That is what, out of everything, I'm very proud of that. Because people trusted us with their money. So that's something that I'm very proud of.
Yeah, so we'll touch on that. So how did you guys get started in the real estate business, and what were you doing before?
So we used to have a cleaning company. So we graduated from college. I'm gonna make a long story short. We graduated from college, and when
What college?
we went to NSU, Nova Southeast University, small school in Fort Lauderdale. We graduated from college, and when I was in college, I interned for a dude who was a very successful entrepreneur. That internship turned to him wanting to hire me, and I'm like, nah, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't need this. I'm finna go make my own money. And then he finally, after trying to recruit me for 7 months, he was like, dude, why don't we start a company together? So this guy is a franchising guy. At that time he owned like 3 or 4 different franchising concepts where he was the franchisor. And then one of his concepts was something in the dental space. And he saw an opportunity for us to start cleaning dental offices. So he said, let's partner on this. You guys will start down here, and if it works out well, we will expand across the country. Before you know it, we grew and we sold that cleaning company within 18 months.
Wow.
Luckily for us, we had somebody who wasn't looking out for himself. He was looking out for us because he realized we hated the company. And once he saw that we hated the company, he was like, dude, sell the company. So
I think, hold on, I don't want to miss that point. That's the power of having the right mentor.
Yeah.
Because he's much older than us. And yeah, he was our business partner, but he was a mentor at the same time. And we was meeting with him quarterly. And I will never forget this. It was the first quarter of, I think, 2015 or 2016. 2015 was the first quarter. And we're having a strategic meeting, talking about what we wanted to accomplish for the quarter, what we wanted to accomplish for the year. And we were just sitting there, and like I could vividly remember at the time I didn't know it, but we were complaining to him. Oh, we hate this. This was going on, that was going on, and he just stopped and he's like, "You guys hate this business, huh? Huh? You guys hate this business?" It's like, "No, we don't hate the business." And he's like, "Nah, you hate it. You should sell it." So, but again, that was the power of having a mentor. Go ahead, finish telling the story.
So long story short, we put the company on the market with a broker. We start fielding offers. But we know we're about to sell this company. So he was like, dude, sell the company. You guys are young. At the time, we was like 23. You guys going to figure out something else to do.
Sure.
So as we're driving, we started thinking, like, what we going to do? Heard an ad on the radio. Come to my free real estate seminar. Remember those? Yeah, one of those.
What are those?
Two of my free. So free real estate seminar turned into $3,500. That turned into $10,000, and that turned into $25,000. Before you know it, on one mentor, we spent $55,000 because we kept going for the upsells.
Who was it? Who's the mentor?
No, it was REW Worldwide or something.
Real Estate Worldwide. Yeah,
something like that. I don't like
Real Estate Worldwide.
Well, I don't know. I don't. There wasn't a guru behind it, but I just remember REW.
It was a brand.
It was a brand.
Wasn't that Ken Clothier?
I don't think so.
No, I would have remembered him. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was somebody else.
Well, shout out to whoever did that.
Yeah. No, but not shout out because not shout out because we gave them $55,000.
Shut down.
Right.
$55,000 on credit cards, bro.
Because we hadn't sold the business yet. So $55,000. Long story short, it wasn't what they promised us. It turned out to be somewhat of a scam.
It was a scam. The FBI got involved.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the FBI.
Not Ken Clothier. Never mind.
So the FBI got involved, but at that point, we out $55,000, and you got to ask yourself, who are you made of? Like, who are you truly made of? Because at that point, most people that was in the program with us, mind you, these were successful. It was successful business people.
Yeah, I'm sure it's $55,000
with us. All of them quit and they gave up. But for us, it was like, man, I'm not a quitter. Like I said, I'm going to do real estate. We pick up the phone. We call one of my buddies. We tell him what happened. He's like, dang, I wish you guys would have told me. I had a local mentor who could help you guys. So we went to Dinkle. We paid them $15,000.
Now, hold on, I want to make a point. Power of relationships.
Yeah.
Relationship
Power
capital,
of relationships,
baby.
man. Like
Real thing.
Because like we was able to call a friend, tell him what we was going through, and then he made the introduction to the mentor who changed our life. Go ahead.
So we paid the next mentor $15,000. Before we ever do a deal, we $70,000 in debt trying to learn this real estate thing.
That's a really important point, though, for people to pay attention to. Not because I'm in coaching, whether it's me or anybody else. Most of you guys are bums. And you're not willing to fucking invest in yourself.
Yep.
Like, that's a lot of money, dude.
Yeah.
No matter what. Especially when you haven't even done a deal.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, here we go again.
Yeah.
Boom. Like, dude, that's that good for you,
Mind you,
guys.
still living at my mom's house at this time.
No, that's that's dedication, bro. There's a lot of you young Thundercats living in Brickell and what the hell's the other place?
Los Olas and
Las Olas, but what's the other place? Edgewater. Yeah, these little fancy places now. You think you're fucking hot shit, doing your little wholesale deals and shit. You don't even know what that's like. 'Cause we had to go through that shit.
Oh.
Like before the YouTube University, before all the shit with the
It wasn't,
Instagram.
when we first started, it wasn't what it was now. Like,
Hell no.
It was hard. Not hard. If you sorted out, you could have found a mentor. But now, like,
Call it what it is. We're old. It was hard work. It was hard work back then, baby.
Yeah.
It was. We had fax machines sending out offers. No, I'm just kidding. But we were close.
we were dead.
Very close.
Almost.
DocuSign was like a big deal.
So
I was
we-
like, oh.
Right. That was a big
You're
deal. Think
kidding?
about it, yes.
I was like, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
no,
70 grand.
We paid $70,000, and that guy changed our life. It took us 3 months of consistent effort, both of us, because his part of his thing was send out 10 offers a day and make sure you follow up on every offer that you sent out in the past. After you send out your 10 offers.
Was this like MLS at that time?
Yes. Oh, MLS.
Yeah,
MLS.
MLS. You see, you could do that back then.
Yeah.
Not like today.
Right, so we sent out 10 offers and then we kept following up on it. And this is 3 months, bro, of 2 people. So imagine one person that's equivalent to 6 months. But 3 months, both of us, every day, grinding it out. We finally got our first deal. We made $19,500. We saw that first check, and then
that changed our life.
There's a comma on it. It's a big deal.
Right.
I didn't have to rob nobody. I didn't have to sell no drugs to get this either. Oh man,
Miami
game
Gardens,
over.
goodbye.
Game over.
Yeah.
Game over.
No shit.
That's how we got started, bro.
Good for you. So it was a wholesale deal, your first
It
deal.
was wholesale deal. So
The first 2 years were wholesaling. Our first year we did 26 deals.
Wow.
Yeah, we did 26 deals.
A lot of deals.
All on the MLS though.
Yeah, you could do that back then.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Still hard work though.
Uh-huh.
A lot of follow up and shit.
Yeah, a lot of follow
Dealing
up.
with a lot of, let me just say, very
people that don't
difficult
pick up their
people.
phone.
Yeah.
People that don't pick up their phone.
Also known as realtors. Paid to you by the National Realtor Association. It's true, bro. They're so bad.
Yes, bro.
God, dude.
Yeah, so
I don't get how some of these people are even still in business or even have a business.
You know what though? That's a good point, and that should be like a real. That's how dumb you can be and still be successful in this business. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real for a second. How many people do we know, and we won't say any names, that we've ran into in our career 8-9 years that we look and we're like, you gotta be shitting me. You gotta be kidding me. And you see the success, but it goes to tell you, even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
yeah,
True.
Yeah. True.
When people overcomplicate it.
That's another one of them Willie-isms. A blind
Willie-isms.
squirrel
Willie-isms.
finds a nut.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut, dude.
Yeah.
He gets lucky every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? But if you do enough effort, what I'm trying to say is it doesn't even matter. I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but when I got started, it's not about me, it's about you guys, but like when I got started, I had no real direction. Like the first mentor I had, I said it yesterday with Austin on the podcast. I was like, dude, I was at the house. The seller agreed at the appointment. And I then realized that I didn't even have a contract because I was not given one. Like that's how fast I was moving.
Yeah.
And then I realized I don't even know what a comp was. So I didn't know what to pay for the house.
Yeah.
You know, so you just said, yeah, I'd be interested in selling, and I showed up at the house.
Yeah.
Empty handed.
But that's what I think a lot of people need to understand. You need to fail forward. So many people
100%.
are trying to get it right on every step, and even if you got a mentor, you're not going to always get it right. You're still going to have to go through those hoops and loops in order to get to where you want to get to.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people want to sit back and I got to have this first. I got to do this first. I got to do this. No, go out there, take the action, fail forward, and that's how I feel like you really, really learn. But it's also great to have some guidance as you're failing forward because somebody can tell you like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. So
How do you feel about people, the ducks in a row people? How do you feel about those people? Like, I need to get
that's not reality. If you want to be successful, that's not what success looks like. Like Jerm said, I want to fail fast. That's what success looks like. Fail fast.
Say that again. Fail fast.
I want to fail fast. And the faster you fail, the faster you reach success, because now you know what does not work. Mm-hmm. So I know not to try this again. So let me try something else. Oh, that doesn't work. Let me try something else. Oh, that doesn't work. Let me try. Oh, this works. Let me do this again.
And you're also gaining confidence by doing it and experience. You're like, hey, I got hung up on 10 times. But you know what? The 11th, somebody said yes.
That's the point that I think that's also something that's not talked about enough. It's like the only way to really gain that confidence is through doing. If you're sitting back and you waiting and you ain't doing nothing, there's no way you're going to be able to gain confidence. So you need to be out there doing it so that you can gain that confidence, so that you can feel like you could do this.
This is also a people business. Like, I coach people today. It's hilarious to me. They're like, oh, well, I want to do more deals. I'm like, how many people are you talking to? Well, like 5. And I'm like, really? So to do deals, you got to talk to people, because people own real estate usually, right? And there is a person on the other end, and this little black device, I know it's magical for Instagram, but if you call somebody, there's somebody else on the other line, and then you could transact, and then there's money that comes through this, but without picking up the phone. There ain't shit. They're like, oh, well, I don't like being on the phone. I'm like, well, you better have some money, bitch. Hire some people. Because if not, it's going to be you on them phones or knocking on them doors.
Facts.
That's just how it is.
Facts.
And that's what I want to do. I miss the door knocking days, though.
Yeah.
Being face to face with the seller.
That's how I got started.
That's how you really
shit sucks.
Right.
I door knocked. Look, I got started door knocking in Liberty City. Imagine me, no beard, like 50 pounds lighter, white as shit. You're Cuban with white as shit in Liberty City. Yeah. And these people were like, get the fuck. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. The first door, this guy cursed me out so bad. I was like shaking going to the car. I was like, this motherfucker. But I kept going. I had a little list. Yep. And you make it on the Google Maps back in the day. With the little feature. I found that out. I was like, oh, this is pimp shit. Before that, I was driving around like an idiot. And dude, I got to the next house and the next house and the next house. Dogs barking at you, trying to bite you and shit. Yeah. That will build character.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fast.
How did you get your first deal in Cooper City?
My first deal in Cooper City was direct mail.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we were doing everything at that time. So we were doing direct mail, cold calling, and door knocking, like all at the same time. Completely ass backwards. Yep. Not recommended. I had a Bank of America credit card, and it was $30,000 on that limit. And dude, I swiped it all the way. And we got one seller. Her name was Frances Fluker. I'll never forget her. She was actually the first person who we transacted with. But the first contract that we got was in Cooper City. It was Lisa and Carl Davin. I won't forget. And it ended up being a lawsuit for a year. Wow. That was my first contract ever. So I was like riding a high, third appointment, first contract. I'm like, oh, this is pimp. We're gonna make $25,000, which back in the day in 2017, that was like a lot of money. These kids now, they're like, oh, $25,000 assignment fee, dude. And then the lady's like, I'm not selling. And I remember when she told me that, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, you don't know. And I called my mentor. I was like, hey, what's the rule book say? Can they do this shit? What do you mean they can't sell? And he's like, well, and the guy didn't really know what he was doing. And a year later, I ended up, finding out through Ray that like, oh yeah, you could just sue them for specific performance. Yeah. And I was like, let's do that. Yeah. Let's do that. So we ended up negotiating a little bit of a higher price, and then that deal closed. Gotcha. But yeah, we were doing everything, dude. When I came in, I said, I was like, I did not want any idle time. Like, that's my attitude. Yeah. My personality's go, go, go. Yeah. So if I wasn't cold calling, I would cold call on the way to door knocking. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Mojo app. Yeah. Like I would do that. I didn't care. I wanted it that bad.
But that's what success looks like, dude. Like broke kid, didn't have anything, and I'm making it happen. I'm on the way to an appointment, cold calling. When I leave that appointment, I'm cold calling. I'm going back to the office, figuring it out every day.
Or you're dispoing a deal, like when you're not doing the acquisition, when you finally have some deals, which is like a big deal, like 2 at a time. Right. You're probably, I'm looking for buyers now, right? That's a whole different conversation. Yeah. You're talking to the Jim Van Dykes, rest in peace, right? Like those guys. Dude, all I'm saying is you're always doing something. Yeah. Like I just couldn't recall, and even till this day, like I was always doing something to better my craft. Always. Whether it was a podcast, a book, learning, going to a seminar or an online seminar, whatever the hell it was, or God knows how many webinars I've attended, or then the actual action of door knocking, cold calling, whatever. I was just, I was running comps. I was learning how to run comps better. Whatever it was, I was just always doing something to better the craft.
So good. So
that's
good.
the 10,000 hour rule. Like you
So
really
good.
cannot get around that. The catch is, it's not just 10,000 hours. It has to be 10,000 hours of the right work. Right? Because you could do something for 10,000 hours like a dipshit.
That's so true, bro. 10,000. I learned that. I like that. 10,000 of the right work. Because so often people get you just doing stuff and then it doesn't yield you anything, right? So I like that.
So you guys go on, you make 26 deals happen in your first year. So obviously you guys are like, yeah, we're in now, right? What was the mindset at that time? Because you guys are still young at that time. Were you 25 or something?
24.
No, 25. We were 25.
Okay.
25, yeah.
So you're 25 and you're like, all right, this is it. You made some pretty decent money.
So at the time, though, like one thing he left out is we had to figure out something to do because I was having my first kid. I was having my first kid.
See, that's important for the story.
Yeah. I was having my first kid. So
Josh was out there, banging around. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't all work time. You know what I'm saying? I get it now. You see what I'm saying? When you complain about him, I get him.
So I'm getting ready to have my first kid. We was broke because we ain't make no money from the cleaning company. We was you growing your business, so everything is reinvested back into the business. So I come to him like, dude, like I got to figure out something. I'm having a kid. I can't support myself, let alone a kid. And then, like you said, we heard that ad on the radio, and then we just went balls to the walls, bro. And my mindset was just like, we got to make money. We got to make money. I want to be there to support my family. I want to be there to provide a better life for myself. So that was the mindset. Like, and me and him talk about that all the time. Like, I want to get back to that Joshua and Jeremy. Bro, we work nonstop. And even now, we still work, but now you have a family. So you got to be intentional and spending time with your family. But at that time, bro, it was work. Dinner table, family, eating dinner, work. Non-stop. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was like for us.
Isn't it? I don't know. What do you guys feel? Don't you kind of miss that time?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
100%. 100%, bro. 100%.
We talk about that.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
What do you think you miss about that time?
It's more so like just the grind and then also the results that come from it, right? So you put the work in. And I mean, not even that. For me, I think the thing it was just the ignorance. It was the ignorance, bro.
So elaborate on that. That's interesting.
It was the ignorance, and like the ignorance of not knowing, and then you try things, oh, it works, and then you just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Now, like it's just the internet makes things so much easier. It makes things so much easier. At the time, we didn't really have no internet. It wasn't no gurus, and yeah, we had a mentor, but it was the ignorance and just that belief system that you gain from your ignorance. Just keep going out there and trying.
Yeah. So I think it was just, I don't miss being broke, that's for sure. Because that fucking sucks. But, like ramen noodles are not fun. Unless
I still eat ramen noodles to this day, brother.
It's fancy ramen noodles. It's probably like a kapow or something. It's in a fancy place. No, but, you do have a certain, you call it ignorance, I call it innocence. Like, you're just a young guy and you're like, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's happening. Yeah. There's like that in between where you're like, ooh, Yeah. It's like the universe is working and you can look back, like you said, connect the dots, but you don't know that. Mm-hmm. So every day's dynamic and every day is different. And you get like slapped up over here, but you're like, oh, I got a victory over here. Yeah. And then little by little, you get the proof of concept because you close some deals and you're like, oh shit. At least for me, the first time I ever closed a deal, even though it was 11 grand split 3 ways, I mean, woohoo, but it did have a comma, which was dope. Yeah. And I just remember the only thing that it was not about the money. I mean, I was already so broke that money got eaten away. Yeah. But it was about the proof of concept of, damn, this shit works. Yeah. Like you can actually knock on somebody's door or whatever, and voila, you get something. But that hunger of, I don't know, I feel like we lose that along the way.
I was going to say, too, I think that's another thing I miss, too. Like, I'm still driven, but that hunger you have when you broke is different than the hunger you have today, right? Because, like, for me, when you broke and you ain't got nothing, you look at your bank account, it's just like -0 or -10, just like, man.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're there, you have, I think you just have nothing to lose at that point. So you're like, fuck it. It's all uphill.
No, but crazy story. Going back to the whole time when we first started. So when we listed the cleaning company, the broker said we should have gotten north of 100,000 for the business, 120, between 120 and 150. Our first offer that we got for the business was a dude from Boca. He was trying to buy the business to give his mom something to do. He offered us $80,000 for the business. And it's like, no, man. The broker said we should get this. This is what we want to get. Again, going back to being ignorant. He's like, nah, man. We should get more than this. We kept fielding offers. All the other offers were lower than the 80. But then we did that first deal. We called the broker. You got 1 week to sell this business, or we shutting it down. And we end up only selling the business for $20,000.
Wow.
We got to the point of, you know what? This works. If we do this.
This being real estate.
Right, yeah, real estate. Real estate works. Real estate wholesaling works. Because at the time, we had a recurring revenue of about $25,000, about $25,000 from our cleaning accounts. One deal was the same amount of money that I'm bringing in from this cleaning, and I got all of these headaches with these employees, because at the time we had, 5, 6 employees?
And 7.
7 employees. Like, what?
Yeah.
Well, no, not just any employees. $10 an hour employees. So
those are brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're the baby mama, the baby daddy, the therapist, the lawyer, you're this, you're that.
Seriously,
you're everything, bro. You're everything.
Lot of inconsistency in that price range.
All right, no, for sure. But for us, we got that proof of concept, and I don't know how we didn't even talk. It's crazy. You think about it now. We didn't even talk about it. We just, hey, we're finna call the broker right now, bro. You got 1 week to sell it. We're just gonna shut it down.
But the point there too is there's motivated sellers in every industry.
Yeah.
We were motivated sellers, bro.
I was about to say that.
We were motivated sellers, and it's just like I want to get it going, and like because people say because sometimes we explain our business to friends who are not in the industry, and they was like, hold on, you can have a person house that's worth 500 and they'll sell it to you for 180. I'm like, yeah. Like, oh no, I don't believe it.
It's a scam.
They're motivated. Everyone's situation is different, and our situation at the time was I wanted to get rid of this. We wanted to pay back our partner who gave us the startup capital, and I wanted to go full in to what we knew we wanted to spend the rest.
Well, you could also see like the vision. You're like, all right, that can go here.
Yes.
This is not going there. Yeah. It's like a bad relationship versus a good relationship. You're like, all right, I'm out the door.
But the thing too, I think everything happens for a reason, and like I see our growth in business because now if we did that cleaning business today, I would do it completely different. For us, it would be a sales and marketing play where all we did was do the sales and marketing and then sell the contracts in perpetuity for the cleaners, right? Because there's a bunch of mom and pop cleaning companies. What we were trying to do was the sales, the marketing, and manage the cleaning ourselves. Now I would do the sales and marketing, find the mom and pops, partner with them, and say, hey, we'll sell you a territory. You do all the cleaning. We're going to provide you the leads. So the business could have worked, but
yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, we did, at the time I wasn't thinking that way.
So
though.
Arbitrage.
Yeah, we wasn't thinking that way at the time.
Yeah, because wholesaling got you thinking that way.
Yeah,
because of arbitrage.
Experience.
It's the same thing, dude. It's like today with RF. Like I look at it, people are like, "Oh, couldn't you do like 100 deals on your own?" I'm like, "Yeah, I could, and have 100 more problems, or I can teach 100 people how to do it and partner with them."
Collab, and that's another thing too. Like I'm grateful for our journeys. Like I don't compete with nobody, bro.
Yeah.
I don't except myself. And like I'm looking to collab with people. And what you said is collaboration.
Yeah.
'Cause the people at the top, they all collab.
I always say amateurs compete, professionals collaborate.
Yep. So what you did was you created a model. I'm collabing with people. They're building wealth for their family. You're building wealth, and we're all winning together.
Yeah, man. That's like Mark Evans had a really good line. So, people who say like, oh, don't share that with somebody because they're going to take it. That's like us three running outside and, it's sunny outside. And I'm like, yo, you guys got to go inside because you're taking my sunshine.
Yeah.
Like I want to catch the sunshine now.
Yeah.
Like that's stupid. Yeah. There's no such thing as like finite resources.
It's enough sunshine for all of us.
Dude, we all live on the same planet. You know what I mean? All right. So you guys, you now you're in real estate for sure. Yeah. Now this is full time. You got 26 deals in your first year. So what happens the second year?
Second year, we were still focusing on wholesaling. And
can I take a guess? You guys wanted to get into fix and flipping.
Like everybody.
Brilliant.
You know what? To be honest, no. To be honest, we wasn't even thinking about fixing and flipping. Here's the power of having mentors. All right, guys, if you're watching this, you need a mentor. I don't care what level of life you're on, you need a mentor.
What level of life you're on? Any level. Level 0 or 20.
So we had a house under contract in Miami Gardens. We had it under contract. We had it under contract for $145,000.
God bless America. What a 3-2?
3-2, 1,600 square foot.
Worth 600 today. Easy.
$145,000. We had it under contract.
I miss those days.
we're trying to wholesale the deal. We wanted to make $25,000 wholesaling this because and all the offers we got were between us only making 17 and the highest offer was 22. It was like, nope, we need 25. You know why I needed that extra $5,000?
Because you're a kid or something?
Nah, man, because I'm in Miami, bro. I want to go party. Bro, that was our plan. We wanted to make $25,000 so we could take $5,000 to go party. Yeah.
Crazy sound.
It's true. So
I've done the same.
So we got nobody was willing to come up to 25. And Viju, who is one of our mentors, he came, we was telling him what was going on, and he was like, guys, why don't you just, flip it yourself? I'm like, what? Damn, the shit my pants. I'm like, flip. I'm like, bro, I've never flipped the house.
So mind you, at this point, we done probably like 40 wholesale deals.
Yeah.
So you got a little confidence, but it's still like, I got.
You think you're an expert?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're the guy.
Yeah. So he comes to the house with us, and he's looking around, and he was like, oh, guys, the kitchen's in great shape. You don't got to do the kitchen. The bathrooms, you can keep the same. Floors, paint, change something here. At the time, it had an expired permit for the driveway. That scared us. Something simple, but and now I know it's something simple. But at the time, like, expired permit, you don't know. So and I remember again, guys, the power of having a mentor. Every excuse we gave him on why we shouldn't flip that house, he gave us an answer. We don't have the money, guys. I'll give you the money. We don't have the construction crew, guys. I'll give you the construction crew. I don't know how to put together a budget, guys. I'll help you. Every problem we gave to him, he gave us a solution. And we end up taking the house down. It took us like 2 months to finish the renovation. Now today we know we overspent by like $10,000 on the renovation, but whatever. Flipped the house, made $45,000 net profit on that first flip, and then from there it was just off to the races.
Oh, now you're like, fuck 25.
Yeah.
We want 45.
And then
we want it now.
And then at the time, the ego comes to play, right? You bring your family, the girl you're talking to the house.
Nah, you're pimping. Yeah, you're pimping. That's Miami 101. You're like, yo, let me take you. I gotta make a stop real quick. Let me show you.
To see this, baby.
Take it to the third line. You got to see this. Come to my house.
See how good I am at what I do. You tripping? Oh my god!
We flipped that first house, made $45,000.
We just said
We flipped the house, made $45,000, and then from there, bro, it was just off to the races. And you just like you again gave us that confidence, bro. We know what we're doing, and then we just kept wholesaling, kept flipping. And just kept doing more flips.
Did you have like rules, or which ones did you wholesale, which ones did you flip? Was it 50-50? What were you guys doing?
So at the time, it was more so of like I don't remember at the time what it was, like what our rule was, but
we didn't have no rules.
You know what? You
right.
Like,
like, hey, we want to flip this one. Okay, let's flip it. It was nothing set in stone.
Probably deal by deal. Like, hey, this makes sense.
And then too was I do remember it was based on what the cash in the bank looked like too. So if we needed cash, we gonna wholesale it. If we had some cash, we could go ahead and flip it. But the one thing I appreciate about flipping houses is it gave us a tool, it gave us a skill that I could use for the rest of my life. It taught me how to raise money. Taught us how to raise money. So
that's a good
we did our first couple of flips using hard money lenders, and then we also was on credit cards. I remember at one time we had 3 flips going on, and there was another house that came to us. The seller wanted too much money, so we couldn't wholesale it. And then it was like, man, we don't got the money to do the flips. And then that's when we just we started learning how to raise money, and from there we started raising money. And we got to a point where, bro, we was doing every flip we did for maybe like a 5-year period. We was none of our own money, other people's money. But the entire 100% of the purchase, 100% of the rehab.
No interest payments.
Great.
Oh, so you deferred them.
Yep, until the end. No interest payments. Yep.
How many points? Like 2 points?
2 points. 2 points.
10%.
Depending on the lender, 2 or 3 points.
10% interest?
12. Yeah, we're paying 12 to 14, depending on whoever the lender was.
And let's just stop there for a second. Number one, this shit kills me, bro. When people tell me this, like, you pay 12% on your money? I'm like, annualized, that's 1% a month. In and out of a deal in 4 months, 4%.
Yeah,
you're an idiot. Congratulations. Like, people don't even stop to actually think what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like, people have to actually understand how money works.
Yes,
but even if it is 12%,
even if it's 15%,
your return is infinite because I have no money in the deal.
Of course.
But even if it is 12%, so many people are focusing on the terms as opposed to getting in the game. For us, we always focus on let me get in the game. That's the only
rule number 2. Bam. People focus on the terms and not getting in the game.
The only way you get better at the game is being in the game and constantly playing the game. Mm-hmm. Luckily for us, we've always had a long-term view of everything. Okay, I'm not in business to be in business today and be gone tomorrow. I'm in this thing forever.
I think early on, I credit Germ to that though, because the first couple of deals we did when we raised the money, we paid the lender interest and they got a percentage of the profit. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, we paying them 12% on it. No, at the time it was. Because the first lenders we did this with, they was making 8% while their money was out, and then we did 50-50 profit split on the back end. Yeah, so they were making a great return.
Hell yeah.
And then like for me, I'm like, no, but Jeremy was like, yeah, we need to think long term. So credit to him for thinking that way, because after the first like 10 houses we did with this specific lender, we went back to him. We had data and we showed him like, dude, we got your money back in time. You made X amount return. We can't do the 50-50 no more. Let's do 70-30. We'll still give you the 8%. Let's do 70-30. Did another 10 deals. Came back to him and was like, yo, we got to renegotiate the terms. And then from there we was raising money from other lenders, doing deals with other lenders. And then they got to a point where we was dictating the terms with the lenders.
Yeah, and what do you think? I mean, do you think it was more your track record? Do you think it was more your confidence? Do you think it was just more your experience at that point?
I think it was a mixture of everything. It was a mixture of everything. We had the track record, and then too, like the way we look at other people's money, that's my money. So I want to make sure that when you give me your money, it's coming back to you. Even if I have to take a loss on that deal, you're gonna get your money back plus the interest that we told you were going to
touch on that, because I see guys walking away from loans all the time, and I think it's, first of all, it's shitty to do. Number one, it's just as a human being. Number two, it's like the cardinal sin that you cannot commit.
Yeah.
Because once you open that door, you're fucked.
Yeah.
That person will never lend you money again. Well, the universe, karma, it's going to bite you in the ass. And that gets around. Yeah. And you just cannot do it. Like, no matter what.
I don't even see how people sleep at night, bro. If I owe my credit card company money, bro, I want to pay them back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I got people that, I just let it go to collection. I file bankruptcy or whatever. Like, that's just not how we operate.
For us, we've always been big reputation guys. I want my reputation to precede me. I don't want to be in the room and people are talking about me and there's nothing but great things to say. We've always prided ourselves on that and always been good people, good stand-up characters. Shout out to my mom who did I think an amazing job of helping us understand that. Always be a good person. Always keep your word that you give to people. Just be a good person. Because we don't have a lot of those. Let me not say that. It's not a lot of good people to me in this world, right? I see people, especially down here where we operate in business. You see it, you know it. You know it.
I can think of one name right now. I think of one name. Just came to my head magically. But yes, nailed it.
But for us, it's just always being a good person and just doing what you say you're going to do because it's going to pay you back in spades. Because for us, even though we've lost money, everything hasn't always been fairy tales and rainbows. We've lost money on some deals, but my lender has never taken a loss on anything.
See, that's important.
But what that has led to is, if my lender is lending me money, rich people know other rich people. How do people ask us, how do y'all raise over $35 million? Because rich people know rich people. You take care of one, and they at dinner, when I got these two young jockeys, I'm getting 12% of my money. They do really good. I think you probably need to meet these guys.
Yep.
When you go to dinner, when you go to dinner with any of your rich friends, where your money at? What you doing? What you got?
100%.
Yeah.
Exactly what you talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Broke people talk about problems. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You think back at your dinners with your broke friends, and now you think back at the dinners with your wealthy or rich friends. Yeah. That's a totally different conversation.
Facts.
You're talking about future, empowerment, opportunities. Yeah. Over here, you're talking about, man, you see gas prices. You see how expensive shit is. Yeah. Oh, man, I went to Costco, waited 2 hours in line just to save $5. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I got nothing to talk to you about.
That Costco gas shit, it blows my mind.
Yeah, bro.
That
BJ's,
blows my mind.
And people try to, this is some kid at the gym the other day, good kid, and I'm trying to he's young. I'm trying to get him to think differently. He's like, nah, man, I went to BJ's, but I went early. I went at 6 a.m. I was the first one in line. I'm like, are you fucking proud of that? Are you proud of that you got up early, not to come to the gym, but to go stand in line for petroleum? You're proud of that? Like, you need to fucking revamp the way you're thinking. Yeah. Like, you got too much time on your hands, son. Like, you need to be doing something else. You know what I mean? But
I hope he's grateful to have a will in his life, because I think in some aspects of our life, we've all been that person, right?
Of course,
you know what I'm saying? We've all been that person.
I convince myself of so much shit. Dude, that's why I say it. And I tell these guys, I'm like, bro, guys, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, man, I got this VA for $4 an hour rather than $5 an hour. I'm like, you're so broke.
Yes.
You don't even know what you're saying right now. I'm like, you don't realize the opportunity cost that you're paying on the $4 an hour VA versus the $8 an hour VA.
Yep. How did you learn to shift your mindset and start focusing on the opportunity cost as opposed to, oh man, I got a deal. Oh man, I got this.
I got two things. Number one, I got tired of getting smoked. Right, like clearly my vehicle was not moving past a certain point. Two, I just continuously surrounded myself with highly successful people. So being in the right rooms, I would just listen to the way that they talk. I fired all my old friends. Not that they were bad people, you know. Still love you guys. Just got nothing in common. Yeah. Right. Again, going back to being selfish, I wanted to replace my circle as fast as humanly possible. So from that day, you know, when I was making up to $1 million, I would hang out with her. 1 million to 5. Right? You get around different people. You get around like a Mark, for example. You start talking to him about money, and you're like, damn, this guy, okay. Yeah. He thinks about money differently. Yeah. You know, there's something here, and then you just start applying it. You know, you just start applying in your own business. Yeah. And dude, I just remember I would try it like on a deal. Be like, all right, I'm gonna go raise $1 million, but you know, I'm gonna give this guy 20%, you know, of the profit. Boom, that worked. I'm like, oh, wow. I wonder if it works for $2 million. You know, and you just start pushing that line, and then you start realizing that there is no rule. There's no limit of money. There's never a problem with money ever. Capital's never your problem. You agree?
Agree. 100%.
Ever. When people are like, oh, I don't have the money, I'm like, you're wrong. You don't have the resourcefulness.
Yes.
The money's there.
Yes.
There's thousands of people that would give you money for whatever it is that you're trying to do. Yep. Number one, you don't know how to frame it. Number two, you don't know where those people are. Number three, you don't believe in yourself. But you think that the problem is the problem. It's not. It's actually the solution. Yeah. It's like, oh, I don't have the capital. Great. I guess I got to call people to find the capital.
Yep.
Wall Street does this shit professionally every single fucking day. Yeah. They raised $10 billion the other day in one fund in a weekend. Yeah. $10 billion to go buy multifamily distressed asset, Blackstone. Yeah. That happened like this. Nobody even paid attention. I'm like, bro, does anybody watch these people? How much money they just raised? People are like, oh, interest rates are high. I was like, you think they give a fuck about interest rates right now? They're getting pension fund money for 4%. Yeah. The fuck do you think they care about paying 8%? Yeah. They don't care. Yeah. Right? So, yeah, I think it's just going through it, man. You have to get around different people in order to, you know, we're all conditioned, and I'm fascinated by that. The way that we were conditioned to think. You know, like your financial blueprint and your emotional blueprint. Yeah. Like that was placed there by someone.
I tell people all the time, one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself is challenge your belief system. Yes. Because a lot of things that you believe. Agreed. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Challenge your belief. Challenge your belief system outside of God. Yeah. If you don't believe in God, you should.
Some form. I don't care what it is.
So when I say challenge your belief system, because a lot of the things that you believe, somebody told you should believe. That's and if you think about the people who told you should believe that,
somebody else told them to believe.
Also, are they in the position of where you want to be? I love my mom to death, but I can't take money advice from her. Mm-hmm. I love, you know, my family to death, but I can't take relationship advice from them because they're not successful at it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, and one of the things that a thing that we always do is always challenge our belief system. It's like, okay, I believe this, but why do I believe it? Right? You say that this is the right way to do something. Why is it the right way to do something? Mm-hmm. It maybe is, but you should always ask yourself, why do I believe the things that I believe, and ensure that that is actually what I believe and not somebody giving me that and telling me that's what I should believe.
I agree. I thought forever that wholesaling was the ticket. Like it was it. I was like, nah, no need to do anything else. Yeah. This is it. And then it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't. It. Don't get me wrong. I think all three of us, I'll speak for all three of us, we are forever grateful for wholesaling. You know, that side of the business, it taught us, it made us men, it made us a bunch of money. It gave us doors that opened that I don't think otherwise UPS was not opening those doors, okay? Hiring there. But, you know, the reality is there's another level, you know, and you know, maybe it's fix and flip, whatever. My eyes are set on commercial and like beyond, and you know, online marketing. Like I'm really fascinated by that. There's just always the next level to things, you know.
And like you said, bro, I'm grateful for wholesaling because if you can operate a multi-million-dollar wholesale business, I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. What business is you can operate it? Because wholesaling teaches you sales and marketing. It teaches you conflict resolution. It teaches you how to deal with people, how to build a business, culture, SOPs. It teaches you
how to solve complex problems.
Yes, bro. It teaches you that.
And it's not a low ticket item. Like you're transacting on a $300,000 something.
Yeah.
Not a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Like this is a big life decision for people. And it's not easy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it may look easy. We make it look easy, but that's like 1,500 transactions later combined.
Yeah.
You know, it definitely doesn't look easy. And there's always some shit.
Always.
On the way here, bro, we were dealing with some.
Don't ever close on a Friday. Don't ever set a closing on a Friday. Don't be.
We learned that our closing days are Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
That's right.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
You never say that shit. Especially not on a holiday weekend. You're a sucker. You're closing on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's shit that you learn. You're like, nah, we're closing on Friday. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. I'm like, it's Monday, maybe. Lucky. Have you gotten the clear to close? What's that? I'm like, no, you're not. You ain't closing shit, boy. You ain't closing the door.
Right.
So as you grew this business out, you guys have had other ventures, right? And we've had some conversations off camera where you guys are like, Doug, we got distracted with other things, and then we came back to neutral.
Yeah.
Right. So what happened there?
I think I'll go first. I'm grateful for the distractions. And I'm grateful that it happened early enough in our career to where we can bounce back and understand the power of what focus looks like. Because like those distractions, like most people would say, hey, it slowed us down, it derailed us or whatever. But for me, I believe and I tell myself every morning, I'm right where God wants me to be. There's a reason on why we got distraction, right? There's a reason why those distractions have lost us almost $1 million of our own hard-earned money. You know what I'm saying? It was yeah. In the grand scheme, it's a lot of money, but like that's not where I'm going, right?
No.
But it gave me lessons. So the next time I look at making an investment, the next time I look at an opportunity, I look at it differently from what those distractions have taught us.
I'm just forever grateful. And again, it's going back to all of this happened while we were relatively young. Imagine making millions and millions of dollars and getting distracted after you make millions and millions of dollars and you lose it because you didn't learn when you were in your late 20s. Mm-hmm. This is how you look at an investment. This is how you look at opportunities. This is how you should and should not do things. So for me, I'm thankful that we learned that very early. And I know I keep saying thankful and gratitude, but that's just how we both look at life, man. I'm so blessed.
But for the audience, I'll break that down. So when we say distracted guys, it's just we had a business, growing the business, well-oiled machine, making money month after month, getting deals done. And then you start thinking your shit don't stink. You start thinking, you know, this is going to be forever. And then you get distracted. Distracted for us is looking at other business ventures, taking money from my operating business that's making me money and putting it in other places that I don't control, online stores or another business venture that I'm not in control in.
So what happened? Like
we got caught in.
Let's get into some juice.
All right, cool.
What happened?
We got caught in 2 Ponzi schemes.
My boy looked at like, damn. Hey,
I didn't think you were going in that direction.
Hey, no, it was
like, what happened? I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Shit.
We got caught up in 2 Ponzi schemes. And then for us, again, always thinking long term. So we're making investments and things that you don't know. Like we don't know how to analyze investment. But I'm making an investment that's going to pay me in the future all of this money, which none of them, zero.
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
None of them have panned out. So that's exactly what happened.
One of the
easy come, easy go, man.
Yeah, one of the guys in the Ponzi schemes just got indicted by the FBI. We started focusing on these online.
What Ponzi scheme was that?
This was.
I mean, it was public knowledge.
Yeah, Forex.
Was it Rafael Vargas or some shit? Was it that guy?
No, it wasn't him.
Because he's right there. Through the grapevine. Through the grapevine. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll say whatever I want.
No, you good, bro. It wasn't him though. I would have told you, but it wasn't him. So it was Forex Ponzi scheme, crypto Ponzi scheme. That's number 1 and 2. Then we got caught up in these Amazon stores trying to make money. We bought a couple of Amazon stores.
A lot of guys got caught in that.
Yeah, we got
Even
caught.
Mark got caught in that shit.
We was thinking with the Amazon stores, but just helping people really see how we was thinking about it. You know, we at that time we owned well over 20 doors. So it was like, man, this rental income and we cash flow well on our doors. So we're like, you know what, this Amazon store can be another form of
a rental
property, but without the tenants and the toilets.
You know what's funny is that somebody came to me in like 2021 when I was making a bunch of money in the real estate, and they're like, they bitched me exactly that. They're like, listen, I know you got 31 doors. Think of this, every single one is like a door. Yeah. And I was like, no.
They got us. They got us.
I just didn't see it. It wasn't like I was really focused, but I was like, bro, Amazon, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And I wish I would have taken the advice on the crypto guy. There was another crypto guy that was actually a good dude. He was a friend. He told me to park some money in there, and I was like, crypto.
Listen,
No, it wasn't parking money in crypto. He was trading crypto. Like, it wasn't parking. If we would have parked it in the right places, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in
just like 100K
Italy somewhere.
Yeah.
But
we lost money in crypto as well, like a lot of money in crypto. So just putting money, we lost money in the trucking company that we started.
Trucking company.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
But you got Yoga Joint, which is dope.
Yeah.
And that's profitable.
But again, us taking those losses
led you to that.
Led us to knowing how to analyze an investment deal. Help us understand, okay, what makes a good investment, right? With something like Yoga Joint, the people, the product, and the process is great. They have a great team. They have a great product. And their process of how they operate, and they have IP as well. But I wouldn't have known that if we didn't take those losses. So, I mean, I hate saying losses, but that's how you clarify it. But yeah, bro,
they're monetary losses.
And I don't want to sit here and be the guru. I know how to look at an investment. We both are still learning.
Yeah.
We're not experts at it. We're still trying to go through it. But it goes back to the only way you get better at doing something is by doing something.
Dude, I'm still trying to figure out how to flip houses, so it's all good.
You fell for it.
I tell people all the time, I'm still figuring it out. I don't know this contract thing, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
So I went in a different direction. What when you asked me about the investments, what were you trying to ask me?
No, just what happened with getting distracted and stuff like that. Like it's what I pick up is you guys took your eye off the main thing.
Correct.
And you went, oh, we can just go make more of these main things, but you suffocated the main baby.
Yes.
By taking the money and siphoning
One of the
it out.
biggest lies that's told on social media is you need 7 streams of income.
Biggest
lie.
Yeah.
And what I tell people is you don't start focusing on 7 streams of income until one is paying you over $1 million in your pocket. Not top line. You got all these gurus. I make $1 million. That's top line, brother. What are you putting in your pocket? That's what matters. If you're making $1 million,
when I hear gross rev, I'm like,
that don't matter. It don't matter. So for us, like, we should have never took our eye off that main thing. We should have never took that 7 streams of income. In the grand scheme of things, we're still broke. I wasn't clearing at the time. I wasn't clearing multiple 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? Let alone $1 million. Mm-hmm. So for us, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I always say because that quote floats around forever. It's been around forever. Where people are like, "Oh, the average millionaire has 5 streams of income." I'm like, first of all. The average every millionaire that I know became a millionaire off of one thing. And then said, oh, this is diversification.
Yes.
Oh, but they were a millionaire at that one thing.
Yes.
They were a millionaire in real estate.
Yes.
They were a millionaire in trucking. They were a millionaire in whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah.
And they're usually a millionaire because they became the best at that thing.
Yes.
Or they rose to the top 1% of their industry.
Yep.
Then, and only then, did they say, and they scanned somewhere else.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
That's all the younger people, broke people, just starting out people, don't listen to that bullshit. You got to do sub 2, you got to do wholesaler, you got to do novation, you got to do reverse flip, whatever. No, you got to pick one.
Yes.
You pick one.
Agreed.
And you stay in that lane. You don't need 3 marketing channels. You need one. What the fuck do you need 3 marketing channels for if you're not even doing one?
Yeah.
You haven't even picked up the phone once.
Yep.
You haven't even gotten cursed out once. You haven't even knocked on one door. You're already talking about, oh, let me do texting, cold calling, and PPC. I'm like, motherfucker, you're broke.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even spell PPC.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Stay to the one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're right.
I'm just spitting fire.
You can't spell PPC.
You can't even spell PPC, dude.
That's one of the biggest lessons that we've learned so far in business.
This is why I'm going to get canceled online. 100%. Or go super viral. I don't know which one.
Super viral.
Yeah.
Super viral.
I agree. The beard alone knocks it out of the park. I'm just saying what I feel like. I'm sorry, but I feel like I just have a tendency to say what everyone else is thinking.
It's the truth.
Right. Because it is the truth.
It's the truth.
These kids need to hear it.
It ain't, bro. That if somebody screamed, we need to focus as much as we scream it now. Maybe we would have, but that's probably one of the biggest lessons that we probably learned in business: the power of focus. Mm-hmm. And like you said, focusing on one thing, not doing 100 different things, not doing the wholesaling, fixing and flipping, and buying the rentals. Focus on one.
You're a great example of it. Reverse flip. I'm not gonna say it came out of nowhere, but you focused on it, and one day it was like, oh damn,
yeah,
it was everywhere.
Thank you.
It was everywhere, and this was in a short amount of time.
Yeah,
because the power of focus.
Yeah, the power of focus and eating shit for 8 years. Yeah, it was, yeah, but it did. But it came out of reverse flip. Came out of buying my first deed in 2019.
Yeah.
Out of a problem because I got fed up with not being able to solve the dead deals, dead leads, what we would call those. And we were doing some marketing at that time, and this one seller called in, and we were and the deal couldn't pencil. No way. And it was like, what? It was bankruptcy, 2 mortgages, a hooker living in the house as a squatter, stealing power, $300,000 worth of liens. This is Brownsville, by the way, so it makes sense now. Like a shit box, probably. It was 2019. And, dude, I got pissed. And through, necessity is the mother of all invention. And through getting pissed, I called my mentor at the time, Ray, and I was like, where the fuck do these houses go? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, where do they go? Because they don't sit there in perpetuity forever. What happens to it? Explain to me what happens to a house like this. And he's like, well, they could either go to auction or you could just go buy the deed and figure out the problems on the back end. And I was like, great, let's do that. And then I called him back. I was like, what do I pay for the deed? And he's like, whatever. And I bought it for $3,000, figured out did a quiet title with Gus, learned through, failed forward, whatever. Yeah. We made $111,000 off of that.
Wow.
And it was a house that was sitting there for 10 years in Brownsville. In Miami, dude. Like, what house sits in Miami for 10 years?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
But the point that I want to make from what you just said is the power of curiosity. Guys, if you want to be successful, you got to be curious. Because you were curious. Yeah. You start asking yourself like, oh, man, I know, there's a problem. How do I solve that problem? You got curious. You asked the right question. Now, reverse flip. Comes from your curiosity.
You took curiosity. I took mentorship from that. What you said. You called the right mentor.
Nailed it.
You call it the right
both.
mentor. Yeah. It really is both, but just having that right mentor that help you just like, because you could imagine if you had the wrong mentor, it goes to auction.
Yeah.
It goes to auction.
Well, that's what I got sick and tired of hearing because everybody else I talked to, they'd be like, oh, bro, don't worry about those. He's like, nobody goes after those. And the more I heard it's in my innate nature to hear like nobody does it, I was like, I do that. Yeah. I do what nobody does. Like running this 100-mile shit, I'm like, that's me. I'm going to go do that.
White people shit.
Yeah. You can say it's white people shit. Yeah. David Goggins is black. He's out there. You know what I'm saying? But yes, he was in the Navy. It's a little different. But yeah, dude, it's just I enjoy when people say, hey, nobody else is doing that. Yeah. Zigging while others zag. That's how you create a competitive advantage. Yeah. In a marketplace. Yep. And turns out I was right. Yeah. I was right to a certain degree. I think I was right. And then, we proved it in commercial. But again, you got to test it and it's got to work. Yeah. And, I had done so many of those before reverse flip. I just called it buying deeds. But we had done so many of them over the years that by the time it formalized as a strategy, I had so much experience. I had the right attorneys to do it. Yeah. I had the right legal team to do it. I had met the right loss mitigation guys to do it. I understood the legal process. Right, which again, going back to becoming a master of your craft, I really studied real estate, not just surface level of like, hey, well, the maximum allowable offer is this, 80% of ARV minus repairs minus wholesale. Yeah, anyone can do that, right? But like, how far can you take it? Most guys in our business don't even understand what a probate is. They don't even know. They're like, what's a summary and a formal? I'm like, get out of here, dude. You're gonna get smoked. Yeah. And that goes to. There's an ignorance tax. You said the word ignorance several times. There is an ignorance tax. And what I find funny about South Florida, Miami specifically, I don't know what it is about Miami, but it's a bunch of cheap, broke people. Like the mindset is usually like, oh, I'm not going to JV with you. Why would I give you 50% of the deal? Yeah. I'm like, what? Because I got what you need, motherfucker. I'm like, you got the knowledge and you're looking at this the wrong way. Yep. I'd rather own 20% of a watermelon than 100% of a grape, dude.
100%.
But I see a lot of people in Miami running around with a bunch of raisins in their hands. Yep. Because they're not even grapes. They're like dry grapes. They're just fucking running around. And they'll never go to... I'm not saying I'm the end-all be-all. I'm just saying they'll never go to that next level with that mindset.
We were there with our cleaning company. I look back at so many mistakes that we made. There was a guy, his name was Scott. He's a master marketer. He's a master salesman. He was like, hey, guys, I could come in. Let me help you guys with sales and marketing. I want 10% of the business. I'm like, all right.
10%.
Yeah, 10%.
Today you'd be like, yes.
Yes.
Done.
Every day of the week, if he came and he made that offer, I would have said yes. But again, like I was thinking, I had that great mentality, that raising man. I want 100% of a raisin, 100% of a grape. Nah, dude. I'm like you said. Our motto is give me 20% of that watermelon, the big one too. The big watermelon. I want the big watermelon.
I want a few.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And then you learn how to stay in your own lane, because you guys know what expertise you bring.
Yeah.
And when people ask me about commercial and development, yes, I'm proficient at it, but that's not my lane.
Yeah.
For example, that's Mike's lane.
Yeah.
So who do you think I'm gonna go to?
Yeah.
He'll be like, hey, I got this lot that I'm gonna be like, hold the phone, hold on, Mike. What's the zoning on this?
Yeah.
What can you do here? Because I think you could do a triplex. He calls you that. Brr, you could do a sevenplex. I'm like, got it. Boom, hey, I could pay this.
Yeah.
But that's the knowledge telephone game.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But being able to have access to that is key.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing, to pay for that through different stages of your career, I always say those who pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And when you give somebody, we've all been gifted things for free. Do you ever appreciate it?
Not as much.
No,
not as much.
Somebody gives you a free massage. You worried about when you're booking it? No, but you pay $200 for a massage. You're like, what time is I'm gonna be there 5 minutes early.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When you pay for something, I don't know, something intrinsically changes where you're like, pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yep. So
you guys have kids, you pay
100%.
for all the shit, and they're like, oh, I see. And you're like, hey, I paid for that toy. You know what I mean? You're like, hey,
you ain't lying, but why you throwing that away?
Yeah.
You got
like, yo, you think this is funny?
Yeah. You got a few more uses of that. What we doing here? What we doing here? Why we throwing this away?
That shirt still fits.
I ain't gonna lie, boy. I put my daughter with 5T. I put on a 3T this morning. I paid for it. I like how the outfit looks. So you got a few more wears in this. What we doing?
That's right. If it looks nice, you're like, hey, that's the one. Still good.
One thing that you said though that I don't want the audience to miss is understanding your skill. Right, that's one of the things that I think that I now understand what my skill set is, what my true value to the marketplace is. I'm not the best at the numbers, right? I'm not the best at the analyzing things. I understand relationships. I understand how to talk to people. I understand how to problem solve. That's my skill set. But if I know I'm not the best at the financing, so I'm gonna hire somebody who's great at financing. I may not be the best at this project management, so I'm gonna hire the best project manager. So for you guys that's listening and that's watching, find out as soon as you can what your skill set is, what you're really good at, what you like to do, and go all in at that. Like people say, oh, you need to build up your weaknesses. I disagree with that. Get better at your strengths. Get better at your strengths. If you get better at your strengths, you can hire your weaknesses. You can partner with your weaknesses. Like for me, I don't understand reverse flips, but I know who do. You know what I'm saying? I called you the other day. I'm like, hey, we have a potential deal. I don't understand how it works. To be honest, I want to know a little bit of how it works. I don't want to be great at it. I'm going to call Will. I partner with Will on it. We're 50-50. We make money.
Yeah.
And I think too many people don't have that mindset. So that's just my take on it.
No. It's 100. Bro, look, the best example that I always try to give people, because everyone knows who Jeff Bezos is, right?
Yeah.
Founder, owner of Amazon. I always say to people, I'm like, and I say it up on stage when I'm speaking in front of people because it draws a big parallel. And I say, does anyone know how much % of Amazon he owns? And is it 50%? 80%? And I put the number. I'm like, it's like 9.79%.
Yeah.
And I put his net worth right next to it. It's like 250 billion, whatever the fuck it is that day. And I'm like, you don't believe me?
Yeah.
The dude believes in collaborating.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He owns less than 10%, and he's still worth $250 billion.
Yeah.
And you look at that example across the board from guys like that, and you're like, all right, they know something.
Yeah.
The peons don't know.
Yeah.
They got it because private equity, and they understand how that works, and publicly traded companies, etc. I think Marco's a great example. Egospacho from My Community Homes. 85,000 single families. You think he would have been able to do that without KKR and without the fund? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No way. But he understood, 20% of a watermelon. Yeah. Let's go there.
Yeah.
And look at a decade later. Holy shit, it's 85,000 single families.
Yeah.
And he owns a sliver of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do anything else.
Yeah.
You can never do that on your own.
Give me 10% of that 85,000. Maybe.
And he's got a lot more than that.
Yeah.
A lot more than that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Facts.
All I know is that the dude is, and he's, he mentors me from time to time. I love talking. You should always, at any level too, and I don't know how you guys, what your opinion is on this, but like at any level that you're at, you should always have one person or ideally a group of people, mastermind, whatever, coaching, etc. You should always be in coaching, but you should always have that person that you can call that is way above where you are on the financial level that you can have a conversation, bring your problem to them, and see what they say.
Yeah.
Because I brought Marco a problem the other day, and we were talking about a specific deal, and what he told me changed everything, and I ended up making like $700,000. That's on the development deal.
Yeah.
And he's like, do this. Why are you wasting your time on that? You should be looking for 20 units and up. And I was like, yeah, you're right. He's like, why are you bothering raising $2.5 million for this?
Yeah.
When you could go raise 10 million.
Yeah.
And go make 10 million.
Yeah.
Off the raise. And I was like, you know what, Marco, you're right again.
Yeah.
You know? Right. But again, if you talk to a person that's on your level, they'll be like, nah, man, do the deal. Do the deal, bro. Do the deal. Go through it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah, bro. I would do that deal. And I'm like, of course, because you're on my level.
Yeah.
We all see the same shit.
Yep.
But that guy is up in his watchtower looking down. You know, like he looks farther out is all I'm trying to say.
No, I agree 100%. 100%. So,
So today you guys are in Yoga. Well, you're investors in Yoga Joint.
Mm-hmm.
You guys do yoga often. That's right. We would have never thought two guys from Carroll City would be out there slamming yoga moves.
Yes, sir.
But it works.
Yes, sir.
I need to get into yoga.
Bro, it's great, bro.
Yeah.
It is great. And it's hot yoga, infrared sauna, so it's good for the skin.
Here comes a plug.
It's great, brother. And then, like, they're growing, they're expanding. And then, too, like, it's not just being an investor and getting a return. It's being able to collaborate and associate with the team, understanding what it looks like to now. I think their last valuation, I don't know, was like $40 million or $50 million or something. Yeah. So just seeing that, you know, seeing what that looks like, right? Because that's something that we aspire to do. I want to invest into more businesses. We want to partner on more ventures. But now being able to see how they operate it's been phenomenal for us, brother. Phenomenal.
That's amazing, bro. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You guys deserve that. After all the
it ain't hit yet. It ain't hit yet.
Yeah. Well, after all the Ponzi schemes, you guys earned that one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to go through the Ponzi's to get to the yoga
Facts,
joint.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So you guys you're still in real estate today?
Yes.
Okay.
Our core focus.
Okay.
Our core focus. We're not looking left. We're not looking right. And for the first time in our life, we're focused on one thing. And it feels good to be focused.
Yeah.
It feels great to be focused, right? Because you start seeing what happens when you focus and things start compounding. We didn't understand the power of compounding. It truly is one of like the wonders of the world. Yeah. And I didn't understand that, but now you understand what happens when your focus compounds day after day, month after month, year after year. You start seeing like, oh man, last month we did this many deals, we're doing this many deals. Last month we made X, we're making more. Oh, we got this many in the pipeline. Let's keep doing more and more. Let's keep doing more and more. So focus is great.
What markets are you guys focused on? Like, what does the operation look like today?
We are in Ohio, North Carolina, Alabama, and all of Florida. Wholesale, fix and flip, buying rentals. And the next phase for us is doing some development as well. But development in that I want to find a deal, partner with the right developer, and let them take on the headache.
Because again, goes back to what I said earlier. We understand our skill set. We know how to find deals. We know how to find deals. Right, and that's my value to the marketplace. I know how to find deals. So whatever that deal is, I know how to find that deal. And if it's a reverse flip, I call Will. If it's a development deal, I call this person. If it's this deal, I call that person. So for me, I'll bring the deal, right? And now we also know how to raise capital, so I help raise the capital as well. But that's our focus.
So in your businesses, who's more the visionary, if there is one, and then an integrator, or is that dynamic, or?
So I would say both of us is visionary. We have an integrator called, her name is Lori. She's his left and right arm and my left and right foot. Like amazing. Amazing, bro. And we got blessed to have her on our team. So she's like, for this last quarter, our focus was transitioning to CRM system. Lori did all of that.
Wow.
Everything.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yes, it is.
For sure.
Yes.
I've done it so many times.
Yes.
Sure.
But again, she's the thing, like she's the one that makes things go.
And guess how we found her?
How'd you find her? Relationship.
Mentor.
Yeah.
Having a mentor.
Figures.
We called the mentor. Here's our problem. Oh, I know somebody. You guys should meet her. She's way older than us. She comes from that time where people work. Like, I come to work and I work. I don't come to work and I'm on social media or do.
What a beautiful time.
Right.
It's a beautiful time.
She works like the whole day. She probably puts in more hours on our business than we put in our business. Like she's that type of person. We're very, very fortunate to have her.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do day to day now? Like you in the business?
For us, other than doing cool podcasts,
you know what I'm saying?
we didn't focus. So now we're rebuilding the business. So we have sales guys. We have I focus on dispo. So I do all of our dispo along with the VA. And Germ handles the sales. But for me, it's dispo. We have a project manager who he manages all of our flips, and I manage him. So that's my focus. Dispoing our wholesale deals and managing our project manager.
For me, it's marketing. Like I love.
Yeah, you're the marketing guy.
I love the Google ads and all that. I work with our agency on that, but I'm trying to learn it myself. So that's more so my focus these days, of just really understanding that. Because for me, I understand that with our skill set, if I know how to go out and find customers with everything that we can do, we're set for life. So that's my focus right now, just really trying to understand the marketing side at a whole different level, and while trying to understand this whole AI world as well.
And then from a dispo perspective, it's not just dispoing the deal, it's getting real-time data. That's how I look at it. Real-time data on what's happening in the market, right? We know we're in the buyer's market and things are shifting. So for me, being able to have conversations with buyers and understand, okay, this is what you're seeing in your market, or this is how you're buying deals, it helps us become better buyers. It helps us become way better buyers for our fix and flips. So
where do you guys see the marketplace going with the interest rates and all that? Because there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
So
hot topic.
Yes, very hot topic. But for us, man, one of my core values in my life is control your controllables. You can't control what happens with interest rate. But to answer your question,
I was hoping you'd say something like that. From like a macro level.
From a macro
what do you
level,
think? I'm just asking
from a macro
people.
level, from what you hear in the media and what the news, Trump is trying to get Jerome Powell out of the chair because he wants rates to drop, and they've said that they'll have, I think, 2 drops this year and a few next year. So I think they will drop. I think it has to happen. It has to happen.
Oh yeah, we're way past.
It has to happen. We need a drop. So
yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But to answer your question, as far as like where we see the market going, I don't see right now the market getting any better for the rest of 2025. I don't see it getting better. So
better meaning prices is going up.
Better meaning if you are in real estate and you're trying to sell something right now it's not the right time to sell something. It's not the right time. For the rest of 2025, I don't think it's the right time to sell any asset, because
unless you got like just a spectacular asset, but for the majority of people,
I don't think. I think that people need to be doing definitely what you're doing, which is reverse flip, because a lot of these deals are not penciling.
Yeah,
a lot of them they don't pencil.
On the commercial side too, bro. There's a lot of pent up demand in the pipeline of guys that underwrote deals in 2021, 2022, closed on them, syndicated, raised money, and now they're like, there's no refi. There's no marketplace for these things.
Yep.
So, there's a lot of pain from what I see in that marketplace, and there's always pain. I do agree with you, control the controllables. I think, look, I never made more money than when COVID happened, right? I thought that was amazing. There was so many people running out of the business. I was like, dude, this is fucking great. It's like,
I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, that first couple of months though, we was like,
I sure.
You thought it was like, you thought of 2001, like what happened with 9/11. You like, you don't know what's gonna happen.
I remember calling Anthony and I said, this is the big one. We've been waiting for our 07, 08.
Yeah,
this is it. That's what I thought initially.
That's what I mean. Thank you.
Because I think everybody thought that.
Yes.
Because it was like, wow, this is gonna be bad.
Yep.
And then it went. A hockey stick in the opposite direction.
Correct.
But I'm glad one thing we did very well was when I saw all the competitors leaving, guys that have been in the space since before us. You remember, they were closing up shop in Miami. All these gurus are disappearing and shit. I got hungrier and I'm like, man, they're zigging. Let me zag.
Yeah.
And I doubled and tripled down on marketing. And that was, dude, 6 months later, they couldn't catch me if they tried.
Yeah.
Because of the momentum, and you said the compound effect.
Yeah.
Which is a great book, Darren Hardy, Compound Effect.
Agreed.
You should read that twice a year. That's a prescription. 100%. Yeah, because I don't know about you guys. Do you guys ever read books again?
Yes,
because every year, like I find, like I hear things. I was like, oh, that wasn't there before, but it was. You're just a different person now.
For sure, 100%, 100%. And then for me, like I read books based off things that I'm trying to learn or things that I'm trying to improve on in my life. So, but to answer your question, yes, like a book that I've always give the energy bus. It's an easy
Yes,
read.
that's a fucking great book,
It's
bro.
an easy read. You can read it in a week, even if you're not a reader. But it gives you 10 basic lessons on how to live your life.
Yes,
and it's something to remind you of it all the time. So yes,
I love the energy bus because
Yes.
I feel like I've lived the energy bus very well. I open my door all the time. I'm like, get the fuck out, keep it moving. It's true.
Yeah.
But it's true.
You got to get the
It's
right
true,
people on
dude.
your bus, and you got to get the wrong
You
people
can
off.
think of so many relationships of whatever kind, and I've been guilty of it too. You keep them for so long.
For no reason.
And you're like, oh, this person's going to change. It's like you're rallying for that person.
Yeah.
And someday I just kind of realized, I'm like, bro, the person's not rallying for themselves.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
This person's not changing, but I'm changing.
Yeah.
No, close the door. Like I'm at a point in my life where I'm just very like negative shit. I'll boot you out of my life so fast. I'm like, don't bring me the negativity.
Yeah.
Granted, if something serious is going on in your life and you're in my circle, I'll do anything to you guys know you hit me up. I'll do whatever, right?
Yeah.
But don't bring that negative shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
even if life is tough, life's tough for everybody.
Everybody, bro.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Every motherfucking body has a tough life,
Yeah.
It's just, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
And what's your perspective on it?
Yeah.
Like people you run into the elevator. I always say that example where you run into like a random person and you're just like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's all right. Same shit, different day. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Like why would you want to spew that on somebody?
Yeah.
Like people don't realize how many opportunities they're closing with just opening their mouth.
Yeah.
And they don't know. They're like, damn, maybe that could have been a good relationship. Maybe that was my next lender. Maybe that was the next business partner. Who the fuck knows? But they don't know that.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? What's 3 pieces of advice that you would give to the young aspiring entrepreneur? 3.
I go first. Number 1, control
He
your.
said, I'll go first.
Because I live by this. Number 1, control your controllables. Your controllables is your attitude, your effort, your consistency, and your emotions. You control those 4 things in your life. Anything you want in your life, you can attain.
This guy came prepared. Bro. Where's the notepad?
You know what I'm saying?
He's like, yo, I got my notes right here. I was hoping you'd ask this question.
I'm with Will Dennis, man. I'm with the GOAT, so you gotta come prepared, man. You gotta come prepared, right?
Thank you.
You gotta come prepared.
Thank you.
Number 2 is wealthy relationships will change your life. Wealthy relationships will change your life.
It's a good one.
Like keyword wealthy, right? Wealthy not meaning just people who have money, but people who are fruitful, people who are resourceful, people who love you, who care about you, people who believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. Those relationships will change your life. And then the last thing I would say is,
You think about your last one. Here we go. Number 1 for me. I had to tell little boy be quiet. Little boy be quiet.
Remember, he's older than you.
So number 1, exposure leads to expansion.
No.
yeah.
Right.
So, bam.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. But exposure leads to expansion. Right. And you need to seek as much exposure as you can, because when you get yourself exposed, you get to see different things, and you get to see what's for you, what's not for you. So that's number 1. Number 2 is compounding happens over time, and compounding is magical. Right. So find the right vehicle where you can compound over time and watch where if you put your head down for 10 years, watch where you are after 10 years, just after endless compounding, right? And then for me, number 3, I got to think about number 3 as well.
The last thing I would say is the magic is in the work you're avoiding. In social media, so many people make it look like, oh, you get up, you find a house, you get it under contract, you sell it. Nah, brother.
I wish.
Right? Right? And then so many people want to avoid the work, but they want the result. And for you, if anybody wants to be successful, you can't avoid the work. So that would be my 3rd one.
And for me, what we talked about earlier, the power of focus. I go to the gym every single morning. I love this kid, Moses. Like the kid, he works at the front desk, like 23. Like, yeah, man, I'm trying to trade. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I'm like, Moses, bro. If you want to be a trader, if you want to be the world, just do that. Don't look left. Don't look right.
Yeah.
Don't be worried about girls. Don't be worried about anything else. If you put your head down, you 23 now. If you put your head down for the next 7 years, at 30, you're going to look up and be like, wow. Like, I'm so thankful that I had this message from this guy, that I come to the gym every single morning at the same time. So just the power of focus and not trying to look left and look right and do everything because that's what's cool on social media.
Yeah, I think, first of all 6 of those were A1. Thank you. Like, I think there's a lot of respect from people when you're the guy that has done one thing for the last decade or whatever it is. at least for me, like I've never really done anything else other than real estate. So consistency. When people address me, it's usually just like, I know you're in real estate. I know you're the guy, and I don't know exactly what you do, but I know it's never changed.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been the Amazon and the Bitcoin and the fucking guy and the thing and Nope. And hey, more power to you if you are, but I can almost venture to say you're probably not that successful at all of those. There is focus, you know, and it could be different variations of real estate. But whenever I open up a lane, like in my business, dude, it's around things that I know.
Yeah.
I know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
I don't open up a random lane of just, you know, selling fucking toilet paper. Like, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Right? But there's somebody that does.
So for me, a great example is who you had on a couple of weeks. Tall.
Yeah.
Mr. Levinson. I got to look at him and Eric and how they just been focused on real estate and where they are right now.
Yeah.
Where they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them all the time, like, bro, I'm so proud of y'all, bro. You kept your head down. You guys did what you guys needed to do. Look at you guys about to develop all these units and really crush it. But that comes through the power of focus. That comes from compounded efforts over time. That comes with building wealthy relationships. That comes with all of the things that we talked about. They put the work in, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're great examples of that.
And when the opportunity presents itself,
Yeah.
you're ready to swing that bat. You're not like, oh, let me think about. No. Fastball down the middle.
Out the park.
There's the homer.
Yep.
Bye-bye. Dude, I can't tell you guys how much fun I had. And I appreciate you guys coming on. I really do, bro. I love to have you guys.
Hey, man, thanks for having us, my guy.
Really.
Thanks for having us, my guy.
This is fucking hilarious.
Yes,
dude.
yes.
Dude, I'm not going to say it was the best one because that would be, you know, rude to everybody else. But I mean it. This shit was funny.
Yeah.
But it was so insightful.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did.
This was great, bro.
We did. Like, I got to tell you all the time, bro, I really enjoy talking to you. Because
Thank
want
you.
to keep it real.
That's
something that we need more of in today's society. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I need to hear. And you're one of the best people in my life that always do that.
Thank you.
So for me, man, I'm forever grateful for you. Just
I appreciate
that and more, but really that.
Thank you.
Keep being Willie, unfiltered Dennis.
Should be the name of the podcast, Unfiltered. Straight black coffee. That should be the one. That's what it is. Straight up.
It's gonna hit you.
No sugar, no milk, no nothing.
I love it.
Shit,
I love it.
Nuts.
Hey,
Yeah,
bro,
I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.